Formula One returns to the familiar sands of Bahrain this weekend, with the sport heading back to the Desert Kingdom just 44 days after its first visit in pre-season testing. But the pecking order isn't expected to be a carbon copy, with conditions set to be much warmer than the unusual team temps for the test. McLaren is expected to be the team to beat, with 2 of the first 3 wins in the bag, 1 to Oscar Piastri, 1 to Lando Norris. But it's never won at second home Bahrain in front of its owners. Mercedes is also confident it can be in the mix, with the Silver Squad's focus on opportunistic results into the second and third leg of 2025's first triple header in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia.
Well, we know Bahrain because we've been testing there. It has its own challenges, but hopefully we'll be at least in the fight for podiums. And then Saudi Arabia, well, that's a street track, quite smooth. Again, a relatively new tarmac, and that throws up its own challenges.
Qualifying will, as always, be crucial, with the Bahrain Grand Prix won from pole 10 times and from the front row 15 times since 2004. Pirelli will provide the hardest tyres from its range, with Sakhir one of the most abrasive surfaces of the season, requiring the C1 for the hard, the C2 as the medium, and C3 the soft. But will we see a new winner at the desert track? Lewis Hamilton is the most successful pilot in Bahrain with 5 wins, 1 more than retired world champion Sebastian Vettel and 2 more than Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso, who last won in 2010 on debut for Ferrari. Through the years, Bahrain's international circuit has hosted a massive variety of events, including team launches, with Williams pulling the covers off the FW27 in 2005. Mark Webber paired with Nick Heidfeld, who found out he got the drive on the day of the launch after a shootout test against Brazilian Antonio Pizzonia.
Really, literally, just 5 minutes before we went on stage, Frank told us that I would get the seat and Antonio wouldn't. It was already difficult and special for me, but imagine Pizzonia coming out 5 minutes later and smiling into the camera, telling everybody that he was happy to be test driver. So.
The desert track now hosts not just F1 but local motorsport events all year round, including drifting and drag racing, as a hub for the growing legion of local fans and competitors. The Bahrain International Circuit is around 30 minutes drive from capital Manama, with the 5.412-kilometer Grand Prix layout a technical challenge, with 15 turns and top speed of 335 kilometers per hour. Pedro de la Rosa's lap record from 2005 with McLaren still stands, while there are 3 DRS zones along the main and back straights, as well as between turns 3 and 4, with 3 detection points. A fabulous desert track under lights. It's time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.